Hello and welcome back. I'm Yves Zieba and you're watching the Think Tank M&A show in partnership with Dukascopy TV. I'm here today with Mr. Thierry Dagaeff to speak about innovation. Welcome, Thierry.
Thank you for the invitation.
So Thierry, you've been head of digital TV innovation for the Kudelski Group, and you now work as an entrepreneur and your focus is on SME. Can you share with us why?
So yes, I'm consulting for SME. SME is 99% of the Swiss enterprises, 75% of the jobs. So I think it's very important to know how to leverage innovation to react to threats like the strong currency crisis and to grow. So I'm here to help.
So Switzerland regularly features as #1 in many classifications about innovation. According to you, why is the case?
So yes, we are the champions, and first we have to take time to celebrate in a country that is traditionally modest and wary of success. So there are the Global Innovation Index and the European Innovation Scoreboard. And I look into details at some indicators that they use to rank innovations. It's very interesting. You can learn a lot of this, from this, actually. And I see three dimensions in which we really outperform. And it's all about the understanding of companies about the importance of innovations. They invest in innovations. They are not just protecting what they got. And the high activity and quality of the research. So it's all about our ability to feed the innovation capability in Switzerland. We have a well-balanced systems. It's very mature. There is some regression compared to last year, but who cares? Actually, we don't have to be the best all the time, which is what is important is to do well, and there is room for competition.
And are all these classifications about innovation using the exact same criteria?
So there are different criteria in the Global Innovation Index and European one. They are all not using weights, so we can really learn from and compare separately the different indicators. You do whatever you want when you compare the indicators, actually.
But in your very personal opinion, where is there room for improvement?
So there is room for improvement. First, you can look at the poor score where we do less than, for instance, the European average. You have this in the exportation of knowledge intensive service. So we show that what we learned about innovation, we do not export it. So we have opportunity for building new international services here. There is also a lack of collaboration between SMEs, maybe not invented here syndrome. And it may be very interesting to introduce competition like a very disruptive advantage. There are also a few scores close to the European Union. I will just mention the worst one. I mean, the saddest one is that we are not so good in venture capital investment, which is a very important tool to keep value of startups and innovation into Switzerland. So it's important to develop and to find back some bravery in this area and structure rounds more thoroughly. There are also very high indicators that may hide some issues, like, for instance, we have a lot, indecently huge number of scientific publications, and also a lot of patents that are valued abroad, actually. So I think we can fear sometimes that we produce more papers, but we forget how to produce goods inside the country.
So according to you, what are the most trustworthy classifications from the viewpoint of an investor?
So I think there are some recommendations you can get from these indicators. One is to be a bit lean when you invest. This means basically having conditional milestone when structuring the rounds, milestones that you should validate with metrics about learning. You should also have maybe more, rather 2 or 3 startups with 2 or 3 exit factors rather than one startup with a 10 exit factor in your portfolio. Business angels should look at the venture capital capability in the domain in which they invest, so they know that there is a future and the value will be kept among the Swiss investor in the startup. Eventually, the SM financing should use the same criteria. The CTAI or Innovo, like initiative, should also focus in asking on the SME to be able to learn and test the market and to be able to continue the effort once they have consumed the government grant.
Is there any particular area where Switzerland as a country can learn from other countries?
So I think first we've seen the Technopark initiative. It's good in order it can be part of the solution to the issue of the investment because it may attract. It's a very positive sign for investors. I have doubts about some concern about the approach as well because especially in digital startup, they love to be close to the users. So. And we've seen technology transfer is well working in Switzerland, so maybe it would be better to move the university into the city rather than the opposite movement. So to come back to your question, innovation is about differentiation. We are the leaders, so it's not about copying other countries, but to keep ahead and to be creative here. So initiative like a Swiss Silicon Valley can be good if and only if we are really striving and finding new ingredient for a next generation Silicon Valley rather than reproducing what have been done elsewhere. So I think there is room to reinvent innovation here.
Thank you very much, Thierry, for your insight. Thank you for watching the Think Tank M&A show in partnership with Dukascopy TV. We'll be back with more interviews very soon, but for now, goodbye.